Plaintiffs Whitney Mueller and her husband Corey say the defendant dated Whitney's brother, but they claim she left him for her current boyfriend because he had more money. They're suing her today for rent, a loan, and emotional distress. Defendant Megan Farrell and her boyfriend Aaron Wood say the plaintiffs are only suing because they're mad that Megan left Whitney's brother, but she claims she left him because he cheated. She's countersuing for lost wages.
Start with you.
Hi, Your Honor. This is my wife, Whitney. That's Megan over there. And from my point of view, with everything that's happened, it seems like she goes after the guys that have all the money. As soon as they don't have money, she leaves them. So while she was with Whitney's brother, David, they went and somehow she convinced him.
When the guy doesn't have money, she leaves him.
Yes.
All right, so my man must have got big money.
He doesn't even have a job right now.
Oh. So
He doesn't start it until we go back.
But yeah, the reason why I say that, Your Honor, is because she ended up convincing Whitney's brother, David, to move in with her, Megan's husband, because while Megan and David were together, she was still technically married. Well, they ended up moving in with her husband's grandparents. Shortly after David's money ran out, magically, she left him. She ended up getting with a guy named Aaron. I don't know if that's him over there, but she got with a guy named Aaron that worked on the river. A little bit after that, she left him for her husband.
He worked on the river?
Yeah. So then she got back with her husband. Shortly after she got back with her husband, evidently his money must have fell short also.
The river flooded.
Well, her husband didn't work on the river.
Dried up.
No
more work in the river. Dried
You
up.
said the river dried up. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And then she ended up leaving her husband for Aaron that worked on the river again. And from what I hear now, she's pregnant and they're engaged.
Her and Aaron.
Yes.
Let's see. Would a real Aaron please stand up? Your name Aaron?
lost.
Your name Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron Wood.
All right, you got plenty of work on the river?
I used to work on the river, yeah.
Why aren't you now?
Huh?
What happened? Because you're in a jam with your rent, it appears.
He doesn't have anything to do with the
I don't
rent.
have anything to do with it.
Oh,
I'm not David.
okay. I'm sorry. I thought you all lived there together.
No. Whitney's brother, his name's David.
Okay.
Megan and David were the ones that lived with us.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. And that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
She shafted him when he ran out of money.
Yeah.
I thought it was somebody in between. You
No.
said every guy. You said every guy she gets with, once their money runs out, she leaves. So I don't know whether this is the third, fourth, or fifth guy. All right. She said David, and then
Yeah.
she went to him
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
All right. So, and what happens once they run out of money and she's there and can't pay the rent? Does she typically get put out, or does she catch somebody before that?
No.
Okay. And ma'am, do you have anything to say before I go to the defendant?
Just that, Megan was the first girl that my brothers ever brought around to actually meet the family. So, and with him moving in with her husband's grandparents' house, he really loved hers. He wouldn't have even moved into her husband's grandparents' house. And it was his serious first heartbreak I've ever seen anyone do to him.
And
When
why
she left
you
him.
think it was because of money also?
When she left, it kind of seemed like it, yeah.
Ma'am, your turn. Why don't you give me some background and then dispute anything you want that they've said?
Your Honor, the only reason we are even here today is because I broke up with her brother, David. And the reason I did is because I found out he was cheating on me with my soon-to-be ex-husband's girlfriend at the time. And yes, I did.
Your ex-husband's,
Soon-to-be. We're getting a divorce.
his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
How did David meet the ex's girlfriend?
When we stayed over there for a few days.
You stayed over your ex's house with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right. And then David hit on your ex's girlfriend while you all were living there.
Yep.
Okay.
My point of view, with everything that happened, it seems like she goes after the guys that have all the money. As soon as they don't have money, she leaves them. So while she was with Whitney's brother David, they went and somehow she convinced
Say when
him.
the guy doesn't have money, she leaves.
Yes.
All right, so my man must got big money.
He doesn't even have a job right now.
Oh, so that's not true, she says.
Plaintiffs Whitney Mueller and her husband Corey say the defendant dated Whitney's brother, but they claim she's a gold digger who left him for a man with more money.
What else?
Okay. I had wanted to try and fix things with my husband because we have a 3-year-old now. And didn't really want him to grow up in a broken home or anything, so I wanted to try and fix things, but we both...
And then this hunk came along. You couldn't take it. You couldn't resist it. You said, sorry, husband, I was about to, but this hunk... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Just imagining what you told him, man. I know he was hurt. You would keep hurting these men. So you begin to go back to your ex-husband, and then what stops it? Him or something else? What?
We both decided that our relationship wasn't the best to be around our son, so we both decided to, end it. And then I met Aaron, and we are in a happy, healthy relationship, and we are trying to get pregnant.
He's a
We're not
nice
pregnant
guy.
yet, and...
Nice gentleman, obviously.
Yes.
All right, and that's what's important. How he treats your children fine.
Oh, yes.
But you all are planning babies, and you can't even provide right now for yourselves. That's not, does that make sense? Ma'am, do you have a plan for how you're going to have a stable financial environment for your child? Because he's not working.
He starts on the 18th.
Okay, good. Well, wait until you at least got 6 months in.
Yeah.
To make sure that you're not going to be unemployed when the child comes, all right? Because jobs don't always last. You might be sexually harassed on the job and don't want to deal with them women coming at you. You know what I mean? So, hey, ma'am, you don't want the women sexually harassing him, and he has to stay at that workplace, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you at least give 6 months to see how many women chase after him, and then you determine whether he should stay at the workplace. Mm-hmm. It might be that he can stand up to the pressure. Sir? You can't? See? That's why I said wait. He already said he can't stand up to the pressure of the women chasing him.
Actually,
He's breaking down now.
He's breaking down before he even gets there. I don't know about that, Judge. You're making sense now, Judge. You're making sense. Yeah, you're right. Here where I go. They after me, Judge. All right. The rent and loan, give me the specifics.
All right, so they went in, before they moved in, they both agreed to pay a total of $300, which is $150 each, starting September of 2021. Well,
They signed something together?
they took a picture. We got evidence. It's on page 2.
Was there a lease or was this a month to month?
It's a month to month.
Okay. So there was no signature required?
No.
All right. Go ahead.
So Megan ended up paying September and October, but she fell behind in November and December. They ended up moving out in December, and she still owed us the $300.
When?
Huh?
When approximately?
Approximately.
For the 10th?
It's probably around December, like 18th, December 20th.
Halfway through the month. Mm-hmm.
And they moved out. She still owed us for those 2 months' rent, and it comes out to $300.
Mm-hmm. All right. And the loan you're referring to?
The loan, well, I went ahead because of her having her kid. Her tires on her car were kind of sketchy. And I couldn't let her drive around in her car with the kid with sketchy tires. So I went ahead and put $495 on my credit card for her to get 4 new tires and for her to get them rotated whenever she needed.
Good.
So also with that, she agreed to pay me $75 a month until they were paid off. She still hasn't paid me a dime for them, including the late fees and everything.
What late fees? Did she agree to late fees?
Well, if she would have paid on them, she would have never had late fees.
Did she agree to pay late fees?
She
if
still
was late.
She still won't. I kept telling her when the payment was. She still didn't make any payment.
No, my point is you can't charge somebody something they haven't agreed to pay. In other words, some landlords don't charge late fees. I see you also have penalties and interest down here.
Yeah.
And that's for what?
For her not making payments on them. It shouldn't be my responsibility to pay something that she...
This is on the car financing.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I got that part. But the late fee, is that also from the finance
Yes.
company?
Yes.
It's not something you...
No.
Okay, got it. All right, then
yeah.
you're within your rights.
Yeah, so that came out with the tires and the penalties from the card. It came out to $606 and some change.
Okay, and you have emotional distress?
Yeah, because from her not making those payments, it dropped my credit over 100 points. I wasn't able to refinance for my truck. I couldn't do anything when it came to my credit because of it dropping my credit over 100 points.
Why did you put your credit at risk?
I'm a nice guy, Your Honor.
Folks that are known to be financially unstable.
I am very trustworthy. I trust people too much, you could say. I'm willing to help out almost anybody till they stab me in the back. I
got a habit, people say, of talking too much, telling my private business in particular.
Yeah.
But I know not to do that when any employees who are around, they can overhear me. Yeah, I got a, what do you call the mouth that runs all the time? Yeah,
Motor mouth.
Huh? Motor mouth. All lawyers do. Y'all hear me talking here? I won't let nobody talk here. I talk. So I got a motor mouth, but I know when to shut it up.
Yeah.
When I'm at risk. Because if you say something wrong that can put you at risk, or you do something wrong that another person knows that could put you at risk, that person owns you.
Yes. You are right.
Yeah, you gave that person your credit.
I did.
One of the most precious things in your financial life.
I did.
Is credit.
Yes.
You said, here, take control of my credit. Most important thing that's going to advance me in my life.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm saying, take control of my career by hearing this crazy stuff that nobody should hear. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Plaintiffs Whitney Mueller and her husband Corey say the defendant dated Whitney's brother, but they claim she's a gold digger who left him for a man with more money.
And I do talk crazy in private, particularly to my friends and here in the dressing room, to my immediate staff, and it's explained to them that I joke, I clown, talk stuff, I throw a little lie on some stuff every now and then about that, talk about the past and all the things that I regret. I was just telling Debbie today things about, and it was serious, that I regret in life having done as a kid.
Yeah.
And certainly I don't want her to mention that, else I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
So she's the only one that controls my life right now. All right. What do you say to the rent and the loans?
When we first moved in, I did agree to the $150, and I paid for September and October. But in the middle of November, I had gotten in a car accident and had to buy a new car. So no, I didn't have the money at the time to pay rent, and I moved out right after that. I didn't live there in December.
At all?
No.
You have any evidence that she did?
Honestly, Your Honor, no, we do not.
Communications? Because I just can't make an assumption on this.
I would say the communications we had after we switched phones, most of our stuff got deleted off our phones.
Yeah.
And they didn't transfer over when we transferred everything.
And that's too difficult to decide.
Yeah.
And it's your burden to make that clear, to prove it to me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you the 1 month that she admits to. What about the loan?
The loan, as you can see on page 2, is the bill. I have the bill. And it is
Page 2 of your evidence?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It says $495. I did agree to pay that when I could. And when I got in my car accident shortly after we got the tires, I didn't have the money at the time. And nor do I agree that I need to pay the extra for that because I never agreed to it.
All right. And your counterclaim is for what?
I'm suing them because I'm lost 2 days of work just to come up here and deal with this.
As well you should have, because you're going to lose this case. They had every right to sue you, and they've won. I don't know what you're saying you shouldn't have to pay, but you certainly have to pay that $300 in rent you admit to. That loan you have to pay. Lastly, the emotional distress for damaging his credit that he has suffered for, and it puts him at a disadvantage in his future purchases by credit. Your claim of wages is dismissed. That's only given if there's a frivolous lawsuit that has no merit. This had so much merit that you lost. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. And your claim is dismissed.
I hope the flower pot falls on her head.
You guys can have a great day.